Welcome back. Patanjali goes on from the first limb, the yamas, to the second limb of niyamas, which are basically the development of good habits. And he lays out some guidelines for these habits. The first of them, there are 5 of them in total, although some texts talk about 10, and it depends how you divide the pie. But what we're looking at here are the positive habits that come from positive thoughts. So the first of the 5 is purity. And I think what Patanjali was trying to get at in this was he was looking at clarity of speech, clarity of mind, clarity of thought, so that you can see things as they are with great clarity and understanding. So many times we are dealing with situations where people are in denial, or people are pretending to be something that they're not. People are lying, as we get on a lot of the sales pitches and information that we get. There's misinformation contained within there. And we need to be able to see clearly through that. But more importantly, we need to see clearly through those people that we're trying to help and ourselves. Because if we can't see ourselves clearly, how can we possibly see others clearly? The second of the 5 niyamas is one that I liken to the Buddhist concept of enduring happiness and a certain enthusiasm for life, this optimism and positive thinking, while at the same time being content with the situation that you find yourself in. If we're not content, then we become unhappy and we become depressed. But by being accepting of the situation that we find ourselves in, we're able to feel content and happy at that particular moment. And by doing so, we make others that are around us feel happy and content, and things progress very nicely. But on top of that, you really need an enthusiasm. And it's that enthusiasm that lights the fire under other people and helps them to become enthusiastic about studying spiritual things and meditating and doing all those things that are going to help them to overcome their demons, overcome the issues that they have in their own life. The third niyama is to think about your higher self. We all have different parts of ourselves as we go through daily life. And sometimes when we go to church on Sunday, we become very spiritual and very godlike and very caring and very compassionate, very gentle, very kind. And then we go back to work on Monday and everything changes because we have to, or we think we have to act in a certain way in order to achieve the goals that we want to achieve in our job and not get fired, etc., etc. And so constantly there should be a struggle going on within us to look at, how am I behaving right now? How am I acting towards others? Could I do it better? Could I improve the way that I'm doing it? And so meditating on how to achieve that is really key. Which brings us to the next one. The next niyama, really I would term as mindfulness. It is looking at body, speech, and mind on a daily basis, making sure that we're patient and level, and that we have equanimity, and which is the ability to stay level-minded and not have these dramatic ups and downs within our life. And so, by being mindful, well, what is that feeling? Where did that come from? Those sort of things, as we meditate on our speech and the way that we speak to others. I'm mindful right now of the way that I'm speaking to you. I'm trying to be compassionate in the way that I speak. I'm trying to be enthusiastic and get you to think along certain lines. And so, rather than just being a certain way that we've always been, and that's me, know that we can change. Neuroscience and neuroplasticity has proven that in fact our brains can change. We can change who we are. We can change the way that we interact with the world. We can become kinder. We can become more compassionate. We can become happy. And we can become less depressed. And so it's really key to think about our higher self, to be mindful of the way that we are, to see that perhaps we want to be better and think about how we can become better. Fifth Niyama, to me, has always been the same as that quote from the Christian Bible, to become perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Patanjali believed in God, Ishvara, and tried to be more like that God. As we try to become better people, we are actually, whether you believe in God or not, we are becoming more godlike if that's the path that we choose. If we choose to laugh at other people's misfortunes, as one atheist was quoted the other day, to me that's not bettering yourself. That's just taking advantage of a situation. So if you believe in God, or you believe that it's good to at least have a concept of God, even if you don't believe whether God exists or not, it's really, really key to start thinking about, well, what does that mean? What does that mean in the way that I interact with people, in the way that I act on a daily basis, on the type of work that I have, on the type of environment that I choose to live in, on the type of food that I eat, on the type of exercise that I do. How is life affecting you and the life that you've chosen to live? Can it be changed in some way so that it helps you to become better? I think the answer for most of us is we could do better. And not only can we do better, we should strive to do better. And I strive to do better, you strive to do better. So it's just a matter of learning how to do that. And one of the ways it's really going to help is if we can meditate on a daily basis, because it's in meditation that we can bring these things up and we can think about what happened the previous day that didn't make us that happy, and think about things that are coming up and think, maybe I can do it this way. I'll try doing it this way and see if it has a better outcome. And I feel better about myself, and that person that I'm interacting with feels better about the interaction. It's possible, and that's what we'll continue to do in this series. Because I know for a fact that you can become happy if you've been a depressed person. You can be a better person if you've made mistakes in your life. Let them go. Let them be in the past. And focus on creating the new habits, the niyamas, the new habits. So be well, be happy, and meditate.